Life and death situation if you're in the Delhi National Capital Region. The air quality here has plummeted once again. It's over 400 in many parts of the capital. GRAP 4 is in place. Vehicle emissions are the single biggest contributor to Delhi's toxic air, particularly in the winter months. You have cold weather that traps the smog very close to the ground. Experts estimate that vehicles alone account for up to 40% of the particulate matter pollution in the NCR, particularly in densely travelled corridors. And that is why stringent new rules are being implemented to curb emissions and improve air quality. The question, though, that many Delhiites are asking, we'll get to what those measures are in 1 second, but what many Delhiites are asking is the prescription to the disease even worse than the disease itself? Is the cure worse than the symptom? I want to tell you what the Delhi government has today announced. We'll hear from Mr. Sirsa as well, the Delhi Environment Minister. Here's what the Delhi government has announced. It's part of the emergency measures under Graded Response Action Plan, Stage 4, which is in play in Delhi right now. The government has decided that only BS6 vehicles, whether it's petrol, diesel, whatever it is, only BS6 vehicles that are registered outside of Delhi will be allowed to enter the city. As of now, all BS3 petrol vehicles are banned within Delhi city limits. Exemptions are granted only for essential services. BS4 diesel vehicles have also been banned except for emergency services and vehicles that are used for essential services. Now, vehicles without a valid pollution under control, that is PUC certificate, pollution certificate, will not be supplied any fuel at the fuel tanks. Also, the government has introduced a 50% mandatory work-from-home rule that's been enforced for both government as well as private sector employees. But whether or not that's implemented on the ground, that's a totally different matter altogether. The most contentious one is the blanket ban on non-BS6 vehicles from entering Delhi city limits. And that has left many middle-class commuters in the lurch. And I'll tell you why. Because Delhi, unlike other cities, is not a fragmented city. It's part of a unit called the National Capital Region, NCR. So you have Noida, Ghaziabad, Gurgaon, all of it, these satellite cities are part of the NCR. Those cars which have a Haryana registration or an Uttar Pradesh registration will now be left out of the Delhi city limits. The ban is expected to impact a significant number of vehicles that cross into Delhi. Many people live in Noida, work in Delhi. Many people live in Gurgaon, work in Delhi. Live in Delhi, work in Gurgaon. So all of these people will be badly affected if they don't have a Delhi registration number plate. In the NCR itself, Gurgaon, for example, has over 2 lakh non-BS6 vehicles which ply between Gurgaon and Delhi or Gurgaon and other parts of the National Capital Region. Those 2 lakh vehicles will not be allowed to enter starting tomorrow. Noida, on the other hand, has more than 4 lakh. 4 lakh non-BS6 vehicles will not be allowed to enter Delhi city limits starting tomorrow. Ghaziabad has more than 5 lakh, in fact 5.5 lakh vehicles, and their commuters will be affected and they will not be allowed to travel into or out of Delhi starting tomorrow. The vehicle will be seized. That's what the Environment Minister has said.
We are ready. Metro is ready. Metro doing the best job, you know. And the DTC we have giving the best facility, you know. The AC buses, lower fleet buses is ready हैं. हम तो request करेंगे आपके चैनल के माध्यम से कि वो हमारी बसेस को इस्तेमाल करें, हमारे मेट्रो को इस्तेमाल करें, जिस कमर्शियल्स को थोड़ा सा ब्रेक करें कि हम इसको दिल्ली को और सुधारने में काम कर सकें. दिल्ली के साथ खिलवाड़ करने के कारण 11 वर्षों में दिल्ली का ये हाल हुआ है और दिल्ली की जनता को जो हमने अपना विश्वास जताया था, जो वादा किया था वो पूरा करने के लिए वचनबद्ध है और वो करेंगे.
So the toss for the 4th T20 International, the 5-match series between India and South Africa at the Bharat Ratna Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee Kana Stadium in Lucknow was delayed by more than half an hour because there was dense fog, with the white ball proving hard to spot. But it's not just the fog, it is rather smog. And it's not me who's saying it. Hardik Pandya was seen on the field wearing an N95 mask for a few minutes before the match was to begin. In fact, the match was delayed by about half an hour. So it's not just everyday life. Even cricket is getting affected because of the pollution situation, not just in Delhi or NCR, but also across the northern belt. Kiran Bedi is former IPS officer, former Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry. Ma'am, you've been talking about this pollution problem. You've been writing letters to everyone from the Prime Minister to the Chief Minister. You've been writing in newspapers about it. I want to first start with the specific measure that the Delhi government has announced, that they're going to ban all non-Delhi registered cars, which are non-BS6, from entering Delhi starting tomorrow. What do you make of this? Because people in Delhi are saying, what about cars in Noida? What about cars in Gurgaon, in Ghaziabad, the national capital region? A lot of people live and work, intermingle between these two cities. You have to treat the NCR as a unified unit. You cannot just say that cars registered in Delhi will be allowed, the ones who are not will not be allowed. This piecemeal approach, what do you make of it?
You know, what I've been writing about is that you are picking and choosing measures. Each one will have an impact, no problem. What percentage it will have, there's no expertise on that. I've been asking for town halls. Why can't they have a town hall meetings with all across the board experts and bring the secretaries concerned who have a bearing, who or all have a bearing on pollution, like agriculture has, industry has, right? Vehicular traffic has, sanitation, municipal corporation sanitation has. All these have a bearing on the pollution. They all have a percentage. Now, if you pick and choose, that's what happens. I've been asking and repeatedly writing and urging, please have a town hall meeting with the people. You are only doing a press conference and you're doing only a statement, and you're only putting a social media on this thing that you had a conference and that you're releasing a press release that you have a plan. The point is, why are you not having a town hall meeting? You don't need to have it in person.
Okay.
Just have the town hall meeting in by Zoom calls. You can live stream today, and if somebody is raising something loudly or impolite, you can always block him. So today you have technology to do town halls. So when you have the town halls, you will start getting citizens' participation and a holistic approach, and you will have listened to them. They will have felt heard about it, and
Okay.
then you can pick and choose, and you can then take the people into confidence that we will now, having heard all of you, here's a consensus. Here's a concrete execution plan. And in that, have the concerned secretaries of the departments concerned. You are not. So what I'm asking? Bring the elected and the appointed together with the people who voted you in. We have given you all a trust vote. Please remain trustworthy by being visible.
So tell me, ma'am, now that, for the longest time, Delhi, whichever government was in power, was always saying, stubble burning in Punjab, in Haryana, that's the reason, that's the biggest reason why Delhi has pollution problem and so on and so forth. Now the numbers have come out. Certainly this season, this year, the number of stubble burning incidents has come down substantially. Vehicular pollution is the single biggest reason for pollution in Delhi. Now, there have been only 2 or 3 ideas to deal with vehicular traffic. Number one, that odd-even scheme which the AAP government introduced some years ago. It was a great inconvenience to a lot of people. Clearly, it's not a practical solution. Now, you have this measure by the current Delhi government that non-BS6 registered cars in Delhi will not be allowed inside Delhi. Why can't we have, as you said, a whole of, problem approach, a holistic approach rather than this piecemeal?
This is exactly what I'm saying. If now we are again picking and choosing, there's a diesel involved. There's a kind of oil which is being used. These are aging vehicles which are being used. There is there's a whole variables. So bring people together and focus on and declare the agenda. Declare the agenda that today's agenda for the Zoom call or for live streaming is this. Give us your ideas. People will join you, and then they can be moderated. Look, hasn't the Honorable Prime Minister been moderating students' chai par charcha?
Yeah.
Haven't we don't we have the technology to listen to the people? So we can have partly in person and partly so we can have hybrid mode. And supposing you declare the agenda that let's pick up the priority which is causing maximum pollution in the country, in the city. And it could be vehicle. We want a debate on that. So rather than debate like on the channels, we have a hybrid direct engage common man. Common man doesn't come. The spokespersons come on your channels. Common man is not being heard. So I think this is what I'm saying. If you want more ideas where it's hurting most, then even if it's vehicular traffic, look at the whole gamut of pollution, what all is causing pollution, even from the vehicle. Look, there's even traffic involved. Remember, there's a traffic congestion which does. There's a traffic regulation which does. The type of timing you have on the signals it does. See, there's even traffic police involved. So I think you are again picking and choosing. The effort is worthwhile, but the question is come together.
Okay.
Have
Okay.
an agenda for the town hall and then say, this is the agenda we want to thrash out. And then people will feel relieved. They've been heard. After that, of course, the decision will have to
Okay.
be taken by the government.
All right,
of the
ma'am,
day.
we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much. Kiran Bedi there.